Hey, good morning. It's your boy Jay Journey, back again with you for another special moment. And I'd like to just say welcome. And I want to also let you know that I'm now rocking with the best, and that's you. Now, of course, I'm your guide on this journey. And our plan is to succeed, our plan is to heal, and our plan is to feel. So come on. I want to send that happy birthday greeting out to everyone out there who's experiencing a new day of life. And I want to let you know that today's focus is clean dismounts. Now, this topic was inspired by a book by a thought leader and one that I consider to be a philosopher, Mr. Zoe Williams. His book is called The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship.
Check it out.
And it made me think about a few separations that I've gone through in my life. Now, what we're going to take a look at today is just a situation that I went through in my early 30s when my church broke up. And during that situation, what ended up happening was there was like just an overwhelming sense of death and loss that I experienced. It was almost like a divorce, but enhanced and multiplied, amplified even, by all the numerous lives and relationships that I had with everyone that was there. And in that process of losing so much and so many people, I learned a few very valuable things. And I think that Zoe kind of speaks to this indirectly in this book, but some great points of transitioning without making a mess and having a graceful landing. So what we want to look at today is just learning to say goodbye. You know, as you get older throughout life, you understand that goodbyes and sometimes never seeing people again becomes a common part of life. You know, whether the separation be through death, through new opportunities, through the challenges of letting go of the past and needing to kind of reframe what life looks like, we have to say goodbye. And those separations occur, but they bring us an opportunity to disastrously mess up a situation that, you know, where we can find an amicable agreement to separate, but with understanding. And when doing that amicably, I think that the key for me personally was to detach myself and not get so caught up in my opinion. And I actually had to seek therapeutic help through the process to really see that the separation was caused by people wanting to make better decisions for themselves, you know, a better choice. And in the love that you have for that person, there's a respect for them being able to make decisions, even if sometimes we become collateral damage in the process. And not all decisions, corporate decisions, are applied for the hurt and harm of others, but perhaps there's something that has resurfaced as a higher priority for an individual to be able to seek their wholeness and their wellness. And in that balance, I found forgiveness and love. But you know, I just want to share a few points that I think are human, that can be universally applied. You know, we can all be messy and unpolished in the way that we dismount situations because of our emotions, because of our expectations. And those things are extremely normal. And regretfully, I'm a large offender in this area. There are things that I did when I was in my 20s, now being in my 40s, that I look back on, I'm like, man, you handled that terribly. But, you know, what I've learned from that are my weaknesses and some of the triggers. And through those triggers, I've been exposed to opportunities to take a step back. And if you look at anger or disappointment, you can see where it will lead you and what type of responses are provoked that can cause irreputable, irreversible damage to others.
There we go.
So, in closing, I just want to say, you know, we have to separate the triggers of pain and exist in the love that we once had. it's an interesting concept to look at love and forgiveness and identify the actions of others with the potential for us to act similarly in that regard through our humanity. I mean, it's worth taking a moment to just think about it. Hey, how would I have handled this? And how will I handle this if I experience the same circumstances in the future? Or to take pause to say, hey, maybe I need a little bit more information on what this person was actually dealing with. Asking questions is key. I also wanted to take a look at, how it feels when we're offended. We have to, again, revisit the fact that people are making choices that are best for them. And when we look at this, we say, that classic quote, to err is human. So we all are evaluating our decisions, our choices, seeking liberation and freedom. And sometimes we don't even know what battles people are facing in the process. So I just want to share that forgiveness of others and forgiveness of self before we step into situations where we cause damage that cannot be undone is key. And that those damage elements of what we've experienced in the past and the wisdom that we can draw from that will help us preserve our most treasured relationships in life. Not that this is a perfect science in any way, but just a few thoughts to let you know that having a clean dismount is possible. Take care and be well. Peace.